Fog Entertainment back with All of Us Are Dead, episode 3, season 1. With a few more characters bite the dust here. But aye, we escaped to the broadcasting room. We're still in it. But is your big man who dolphin dived out the window with a bunch of zombies still alive?
You mean Chung Zhang?
Him, aye.
Yeah, so...
And we've also got the other guy in the balcony, and his name is Doc Wan. It's no Doc Wan, it's like Doc Sue, is it? I don't know, man. There's just too many fucking names. The guy with the blazer. The cool guy.
I believe you mean
that guy.
What are you talking? I'll find out what his name is.
Aye, so basically, your big man, there's a zombie hanging on to him, and then we get this really awkward. I wouldn't say it was awkward, but why couldn't he just boot it? This guy, like, jumps down, starts hugging him, and then he starts kicking it for him. It's like, is this guy not fucking capable of kicking it himself? Aye, so... Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, why...
man, that's the name
No,
we're looking
but
for.
why couldn't this guy have kicked it?
Like dipshit, right? Chung Sang was hanging on for dear life. He was trying to kick the zombie that was holding onto the fire hose, but he couldn't get it off, right? I observed what happened. I seen it, right? He's kicking it, but it's not working.
Yes, see the manoeuvre he does, jumping onto this. It could have fucking killed both of them.
Yeah, I know, but all of a sudden there was a zombie fucking popping its head at the window that he was up on. He was up on the top floor. He's on like the balcony. He's on the edge. The zombie pops his head out, and he's like, "Oh shit!" He kind of jumps off and then lands onto the fire hose, and then he has to like shimmy down the fire hose, shimmy past down Chang San. And then, when he's in position, he starts holding on to him. He gets him in a hug, like a bear hug. And then he starts booting the face of the zombie that's hanging on. The zombie falls to the ground, runs off, and then he proceeds to keep hugging Chung Sang. And I think he says, "Do you like that?" or something. And I don't know if he's trying to refer to him being gay. And then
basically,
says,
they both get down.
I think he tells him to fuck off.
Yeah, but it was in a funny way, though.
Yep.
But they both get down. They're both in the broadcasting room. Fire hose
now
keeps clapping the window.
Yeah, we've got the fire hose keeps clapping the window. We've got this bitch who Na-Yeon fucking moaning, saying close the window. Even though those two guys are outside, she keeps shouting, would somebody close the window, wanting just to sacrifice them basically. Even though those two have single-handedly till this stage, well maybe not single-handedly, but they've done like 90% of the work to keep this group safe.
I know,
they have done 90%. But she wants them locked out. They're not happy. They're moaning. They're complaining. They're fighting. They're verbally getting at each other. She calls Chun Sang's friend
a wealthy.
Yeah, a wealthy.
Which I initially thought, why are they making fun of the fact he's wealthy? But then it's quickly realised, no, he's no wealthy. He's on welfare.
I thought it would be something like I thought a wealthy would be like a geek or something like that, or. I didn't, and then we find out that wealthy actually means someone who's on welfare.
But no.
And obviously in this culture, that's probably like a shameful thing. But it doesn't mean that his family are bums, right? His family probably work, but they've just got like shit jobs or something like that.
True.
You know what I mean? It's not like, because he seems like a nice kid. He doesn't seem like someone from the fucking Belfast estate that, you know what I mean? He seems like a well-educated chap.
Well, maybe if we didn't listen to the dub first, I go into oh yeah man, I give me your cigarettes. No.
Oh, I'm gonna be friends with you, and I get free chicken. Oh yeah, your mother cook chicken. Oh. Nah, but you know what I mean? Come on, he seems like a good kid. But...
Anyway, though, let's just go outside the broadcasting room here a minute, because a lot of other stuff happens. So basically,
no, we're still in the broad. There's a lot to cover in the broadcasting room, right?
Yet.
They log on to the computer, and you get the old Windows, the Windows login thing, and it was a shitload of time since I heard that. They're trying to get help. They're trying to go into emails. One of the guys says, check Instagram. Go on Instagram to try and get like a call out for help. And then he says to him, "Why do you have many followers?" And he's like, "On that note, just check Facebook." He logs into his Facebook. This guy's got like a shitload of friends. They're marking it over his friends. Next minute, the fire hose keeps hitting off the window, and then there's a zombie like hanging onto the fire hose. It breaks through the window. It's trying to get through. It's trying to get through the window, and then we have Chun Sang, who's beating it away with the broomstick. Now, up to this point, Soo Hyuk was like, the top dog. But I actually think you could argue that Chang Sung's overtaking him in this episode. Because during this scene, he just kind of...
I know, like a lot of them bought this. The zombie couldn't even do anything.
He was like standing back and saying, "Oh, stab it."
I know, I don't
but it wasn't really... I think he eventually stepped in and stabbed it through like the shoulder, but it didn't kill it. And so then he steps back again, and it's Chun Sang, who's again, he's got like this like mop broom, and he's like, it's broke and it's got like a jagged edge, and he's hitting it, but the zombie's hanging on, and then his best friend comes in, the Wealthy. We're just gonna call him Wealthy because that's a name that we'll probably remember more. So we're gonna call him the Wealthy boy comes in, and he grabs the computer. Of all things, he grabs the computer and he starts bashing the zombie, but the zombie's hanging on. The zombie's going for his arm. For a minute you feel like he's gonna bite the dust. You feel like his arm's gonna get a big chunk taken out of it, but eventually he managed to hit a big bash with the computer. The computer flies out the window. The zombie falls to the deck. It runs off. It doesn't kill it. And I mean, the zombies just don't seem to die in this.
And you need to crush their heads, right? And I don't get why they haven't grasped that concept yet. But this is when the stupid wee bitch thinks he's been bit.
Oh, actually, the other guy says, couldn't you have thrown something apart from the computer?
Nah, that was
I'm not saying you did a bad job, but
come on, the laptop.
The computer. Then
he has a valid point. The fat guy's funny. I like the fat guy.
I hope he doesn't die.
Fat guy Wealthy. We've got Doc Soon, but he's also known as the other name. But I just call him Doc Soon because I'm so used to calling him Doc Soon. With Mooney Bitch in the pink jacket, with the teacher, and with a bunch
we're beginning to learn these names. I think we're doing a good job.
Well, I've not learned one of their names, but
I think we're improving here. There appears to be like a little scratch on Wealthy's arm, but we don't know what the scratch is from. It could be from the broken window. It could be from the zombie. Could be from lifting up the computer.
There is, you do notice it. It zooms in when he does get scratched. It's by like the mop. I noticed it at the time.
Yep. He also got bashed in the head with a mop as well, which cost his nose to bleed. But she was blaming the blood on him turning, and she looks at his scratch, and basically she assumes him to be infected. But we're going to talk about things that happened away from the classroom.
We are. So he basically, but we'll just wrap up. He gets put into the
communication room.
He gets put into the wee side room.
No, we're not going to talk about that anymore.
I'm just saying he gets put in there. And that's it.
No, well,
he's left to isolate.
Well, hold on. There's quite a lot of shit that goes down before he gets stuck in there.
A wee bit of a square go.
Well, we're not talking about that. We've left it the part where she says you're infected.
One of the other wee spastic who left the school walking like they've shot themselves. Turns out they were pregnant, which nobody knew.
Right, you know, like, see instead of covering the whole timeline, right? This guy can't string a sentence together. See, instead of like going scene by scene, we're kind of just gonna cover character by character. So we'll just finish up her arc here, right? Essentially,
gives birth.
She leaves the baby in like this toilet. I guess she wants someone else to find it. She walks out the toilet. She almost gets ran over by this car that got infected people in it. Almost runs her over.
It's the police. It near crushes her skull against the pavement.
She sees the zombies everywhere. She freaks out.
Goes back.
She goes up. Gets back into the toilet. Takes the baby back. Runs out with the baby. Tries to save the baby.
Runs into your chicken son's ma,
who is reading the news and the breakout and all this. She tried to phone the school, so she grabs her scooter. She obviously can't drive because she's fallen over the place. She attempts to get to school. It's closed off. She can't make it. She goes down some back road. That is when she collides with the chick with the baby. Then they both go off in their separate ways. The next time we see her, she's covered in blood. Running with the baby, runs into the chicken Muller's restaurant where the free chicken is getting served, but it's not getting served tonight because the Muller's gone.
The baby's getting served tonight.
So she sits the baby onto like the chair, like the what do you call that? It's the seats, the kind of
the stall.
Well, no,
the booth.
The booth, aye.
Fuck me, like do you even know words?
And she puts fuck off. And she puts a couple of chairs to stop it falling, even though it wouldn't really do much. She's bitten, and then she goes to the front door, the entrance door, and
ties herself to it
with a very like light, stringy looking piece of ribbon or something that doesn't look like it would hold much.
Yeah, we've seen the amount of velocity these things can move and twist. I just don't see how this would fucking hold you.
And like, I mean, would you really want to why would you tie yourself up in the same room as the baby? Because as soon as the baby cries, it's going to alert you when you turn, and it's just going to cause rage, and you're going to try even harder to break free. Would you not be better off locking the baby away in somewhere? I mean, to me, it's
a restaurant. There has to be a back room.
So then she ties herself to the entrance door, and effectively, she doesn't turn, but we're led to believe.
Obviously, this baby's going to be found by someone.
I just don't really know if her did her arc really serve as much at the start. Like maybe it was just to try and throw us off, because she was kind of sick at the beginning, but her sick was obviously the fact she was pregnant, and she kind of wants to see the doctor first, but then the infected girl gets taken first. But I mean, overall, this girl has pretty much zero interaction with any of the main cast apart from Chicken Mum.
Maybe the baby will be belonging to someone who's over.
Yeah, I mean it could be, but I just don't really see. I don't get it. I mean, I don't really see what her whole point was.
And that's neither do I. But that's it wrapped up. We also get the archery team who's with the stoner and the fat guy in the bathroom.
They want to create weapons, and apparently in this you don't talk down to your you don't talk down to your upper class, your senior year, even if it's a zombie apocalypse. You can't say shit.
And then he just puts his head down and accepts
I'm
it.
sorry.
What the
we also have the fire. Where are these? Where is this fire team? It's
It's fucking nighttime.
It's Onjo's dad, but where are they? Are they in the school?
No, they're at, they're in like some conference room thing.
Aye, but is that not a conference room in the school, or are they not in the school?
No, because they were talking. They were talking like they were VIPs, and I don't really know why there'd be VIPs in the school.
Yeah, but did he not arrive at the school in the final scene of episode 2?
I can't remember.
Could there not be a conference room in the school?
There could be, but it's almost as if the fucking. It's almost as if they fucking forgot. But basically,
anyway, we don't. Aye,
his first partner gets bit when they're trying to put the hang in the guy's mouth, and then he ends up turning, bites his other partner when they tie him up, and then they're going to essentially just run out, and then he finds out you come into any contact, you're fucked.
And his other partner's already been bit, so he's got. But what do I don't get, right? See, if I know zombie apocalypse, it's all like TV show, game shit. It's not real, but in a scenario where you were coming across someone, right, that was acting like this, would you not think, holy shit, maybe if I get bitten, I'm gonna, turn into them, like.
Yeah, like they're like, oh, we don't like. You see so much stuff about this, like, oh, we don't know if the bite does anything. Well, how else would it transmit?
I mean,
quickly?
you wouldn't be like you wouldn't let like a fucking black widow bite you, or like a venomous
fucking
snake or
rattlesnake.
something, or
It's awesome.
or like an animal that's deemed unclean or something like that. You know what I mean? So, but here, a human that's foaming at the mouth, and it's basically it's like a dog with rabies. You wouldn't let that bite you, like, and that's essentially what kind of zombies remind me of.
Exactly.
Dogs with rabies.
But I believe that's us covered everything outside the broadcasting room at this stage, aye?
I think so. I mean, we could be missing something, but I don't really think we are. There was a few more scenes with the bullied kid's dad.
Aye, yeah.
He's getting interrogated, but not. He basically admits that he caused this. But still, I don't think the police they're not really aware yet of what is happening. They did get calls about this stuff, but up until now, they're not really aware of the fact there's a huge zombie outbreak.
Also, the other dude, the fireman, he said there's a helicopter coming for the associates, didn't he?
Yep.
So look at that coming.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Is the helicopter not at the school as well?
No.
Well, why did you say then you hope Pink Jacket isn't on the helicopter?
When did I say that?
Last night when we were watching this.
Because the helicopter, he's going to get them after this visit.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. How big's this helicopter?
I don't fucking know.
Right. Anyway, back to the communication room.
Aye, we have your wee man who she's just been accused of bit. They lock him in the room. They only said it for 10 minutes, but he's like, fuck it, I want a day, an hour. But the rule is, if he does half an hour and he's no turn, Pink Jacket has to go in and apologise to him. Aye, so basically we get that. We basically get his best friend at the window with him. They're messing about.
They're whistling?
Yeah, they're whistling. And then he's no turning, right? So you can clearly establish here that he's no turning. And then after half an hour, she decides, after a bit of everyone going to her, you need to go in there and apologise. She goes in and apologise, but I noticed that she looked at the mop just before she went in. And I was like, what's going on there? But
she's smarter than me, like, I thought she was going to maybe try and grab them up and try and stab them or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but then I realised, I thought she's definitely going to do something here, but then she went in her pocket and she got his wound and went like that. But I thought he was going to realise, but he didn't.
Yeah, so, I mean, she's wiping his wound.
And then she just fucking buries him.
Trying to make it appear as if
she's cleaning
she's cleaning it, but she's not. She's actually trying to smudge the zombie blood into him. And when you think she's going to apologise, she basically says, you're wealthy and you can just do your full hour because you're pretty much going to die. He doesn't like this. He bursts out the room They're having an argument, but then he starts to turn. She starts, bragging that she was right. And he takes it, man. I mean, Wealthy Boy takes it like a champ. He's not selfish here. He kind of just admits that, shit, I'm turning. I don't know how this happened. I'll
then
leave.
He single-handedly tries to go out the door. But then we see from his point of view that they're all laughing at him, but that's just how this virus works.
Yep.
So I don't know if everyone has the same effect. It looks like everyone's laughing at them. Because it's like the bullying thing, but...
Yeah, but I don't think that was...
So it was cool to see the point of view of the zombies.
You see, maybe that could be part of... that does actually make sense with what the original guy created it for. Someone's getting bullied. So I mean...
Exactly. We were praying here for Pink Jacket to get bit. That doesn't happen. His friend starts whistling after he tries to attack a few of them. Dolphin dives out the window. He hits the deck. He runs off. And then...
No, well, what happened was...
What?
Chung Sang, to try and draw his attention away, because the fat man's trying to hold him back, and Chun Sang is on the window, and he starts whistling.
That's
like
what I
he
just
was.
fucking said.
You never said. You just said he dolphin dived out the window.
After he started whistling to get him to the window.
A bit of context, mate.
Bit of context. I'll give you a bit of context, fat man. Right? Wee man jumps out the window. He runs off, and then we get the big reveal.
The president, or what's it called?
Clay Morrow.
No.
Redwood Original. Squintwood Original.
What the fuck? What's that woman called? The one that's she's the head, not the head teacher, the student.
The English teacher.
No.
The president.
I
don't know her name, man.
Well, it doesn't really matter.
Class president.
The class president, all of a sudden, accuses Pink Jacket. Also, Pink Jacket's called Na-Yeon, but we're gonna call her Pink Jacket. Accuses her of
But no gets
causing
me.
this.
No gets me though. She saw her do this and did fuck all about it.
Maybe she didn't know what she was doing.
Why is she rubbing the blood on the thing? And then she saw him go in. Surely as soon as she saw her in there, she went, fuck, what's she going to do to him?
Yeah.
And then as soon as... Why didn't she say then?
I know. But maybe she's... I mean... Alright then, fucking Detective Steve.
I already worked out before she worked out.
Then she says...
I didn't kill him, I just turned him.
Then she says, I seen what you did. And she turns and says, I didn't do anything to Wealthy. And then she goes... I didn't say you did anything to Wealthy. So she kind of put her foot in it, and her foot in her mouth. Class president then goes on to discuss that she got the handkerchief and she wiped the blood from the broom that had punctured the zombie that was at the window, and then she used that to smudge it into the wound of...
Rub it on your own leg,
Wealthy Boy. Teacher says, you do know you're accusing her of murder. And then she says, well, if I'm lying, then why don't you rub this handkerchief on your own leg? She refuses to do that. She says that his blood isn't exactly great either. Which, I guess if he was infected he wasn't, but if he was, then you wouldn't really want to.
Well, technically...
If it was just his blood,
technically they could have got another bit of the handkerchief and fucking put it on the mop and did it. But then I guess, they didn't know that. That's true.
What?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No, dipshit. No, that doesn't matter. Say that again.
No, it doesn't matter. I realise what I said. It didn't make sense. But the point is, she fucking did it.
She says that...
I've never hated a character so much so quickly.
She said his blood wasn't exactly, great either. And, I mean, from her point of view, it kind of does make sense. The fact that he turns anyway, I mean, why would you want to rub his blood on you? But she kind of refuses to do that.
And admits to it anyway.
And then we get Chung Sang, who fucking goes into rage mode and pushes her down. I think he's going to batter her, but everyone holds her back. And then all of a sudden, she kind of just she leaves the classroom. No one wants her there, so she kind of says, "I don't need any use."
Even though she does, you wouldn't be alive.
If she never defended herself once in the opening 3 episodes, basically just sat back and cried and did everything well.
And then the teacher gives this monologue. You gotta do what you gotta do to survive, yo. And
meanwhile, she's holding the handkerchief with the blood on it. And it zooms in on that, so I don't know if she's got a cut on her hand, or I don't know if the teacher's infected, but to me, they zoomed in on the handkerchief with the teacher holding it, which tells me, I don't know.
Is she making sure Pink Jacket dies?
Hope so.
That's I'm fucking.
I've never hated a bitch more than this in my life, man. We're only 3 episodes in, and this is the biggest heel turn, I think, of all time, in my opinion. It's not even a heel, because she was a bitch from the start.
I know, but
this is straight up murder, and she's killing this guy just because his parents are fucking on benefits.
No, she's
and actually not even benefits, it's welfare. I mean, it's
almost like she did it just because she was wrong. It wasn't even like
Oh, I gotta be right. I said he
Yeah,
returns.
pretty
So
much
I'll
that's
fucking
it.
turn you myself, you know.
Anyway, that's how the episode ends. If episode 4, if she dies, I'll give her a 10.
I really enjoyed this episode. Probably I'd say the best episode so far.
The least action packed, but it was a good psychological.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna give straight up. I'm gonna give this a 9.
I'll give it a 9 as well.
Well, I mean, I would say if you compare this to The Walking Dead, I would say this is far better than what 3 episodes in, and I would say this is better than The Walking Dead.
This is how it's done.
Episode 2 and episode 3, we've had 2 main characters die, and I felt more after these 2 dying. I think it's done more for the show, these 2 dying, and affected the other characters than any death in The Walking Dead.
Exactly.
Like, seeing season 1, see when someone died in The Walking Dead.
See when Jim was laying against the tree, they're looking at the our face, the leaves like, what's his name again?
See,
I mean, that's pretty
when
much it.
Jackie stays behind, I mean, did not give a fucking shit when she gets blown up. Amy, when she gets bit coming at the RV, did not give a monkey's yet. Here's 2 characters that have died, and it's, you know, pretty major. So, yeah, man, 3 episodes in, 2 of what I would consider main characters have already bit the bullet. And we've got Onjo's best friend's dead. Chang Sang's best friend's dead. Question is, guys, who's going to die next? The title of this series is All of Us Are Dead.
And the show's getting better, man. It's just going up in
And at
ratings.
the rate we're going, I mean, fucking hell might be dead. We might not even get to the last episode.
But anyway,
It might
9
not-
out of 10, tell 4. Any closing thoughts?
I just hate that bitch in the pink jacket.
She's dying.
I'm hoping
We're going to find out right now.
I'm hoping she dies. We're going to go watch episode 4 here, guys. Till next time.
Peace.